All right, Shalom. All praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Barakathum to you, hopefully elect. Just through the Spirit. Wanted to do in open form. Speak on a few things, concerning what's going on in some places. All right. Because as we know, or as we should know, um, being in those times, all right, being in the end times, and understanding prophecy and, certain things have to take place. All right, these prophecies have to play out, you know. And with that being said, this is the time for us to I'll go ahead and start off with this. In the book of Peter, bear with me real quick. I'm in a bad area as far as reception, so First Peter chapter 1. First Peter chapter 1. In verse 13. Wherefore, gird up the loins of your mind, be sober, and hope to the end for the grace that is to be brought unto you at the revelation of Yahweh Shai, of Mashiach. All right. So again, mentally, spiritually, we have to be, we gotta be ready, man. We gotta be on point. All right, we gotta stay on our watch. All right, keeping our head on a swivel. Being circumspect. All these things, man. So that day, Lord willing, doesn't catch us like a thief in the night. We don't get caught off guard. All right, because what do they call it? Or what have they been calling it? I think they're calling it because you have a whole bunch of these I think they're calling it a dry test, possible. I think they say dry test for the simple fact that, and this is something that I noticed yesterday with YouTube. It was giving me some issues. It was giving me some problems. For whatever reason, but it turned out, I know everyone wasn't really affected like that, but there were these outages on these major platforms like YouTube and a lot of these apps. All right, I believe they said Pokemon Go, and a lot of these apps weren't working properly. Like I said, with YouTube and Twitter, McDonald's, there was a lot of these outages. All right, and again, because they've been saying that we're pretty much in this they're doing all these dry tests for the big one. All right, which this guy Klaus Schwab, he mentioned it, and it recently came back up, but this was something that he mentioned like 2 years ago, going into the frightening scenario, right? The frightening scenario of a major cyber attack, which is going to make this whole C-19 crisis look like a walk in the park. Because with the major cyber attack, and again, you've been having all these test runs, all right, these beta tests going on, All right, and people are suspecting for the big one. They're uh, anticipating for the big one, man, to come. Because with that being said, you're gonna have all type of chaos and things of that nature take place. Because with that being said, we're in a society where everything is basically based off. It runs off electricity. So with that being said, um, no power, man. It's going to be a catastrophic. It's going to be catastrophic, man. Because for one, people won't be able to access their bank account. Bank account. All your money in the bank account could be wiped out. You know, um, everything. Because again, everything is basically run off of electricity. So nothing would work if we had this major cyber attack that they've been talking about for some time now. You know, so again, with that being said, hey, um, we got to prepare ourselves, as we've been saying, for the lights to go out. All right, we have to prepare ourselves. We have to gird up our the loins of our mind, man. We have to get ready. The scriptures say, "Prepare thyself to thy battle." You know, because people think it's hard now. Back in 2021, people were reminiscing. Because everyone is reminiscing on going back to prior to 2020. Before the lockdowns and things of that nature. Before things just drastically and dramatically changed, right? Everyone's, you know, putting a hope that they're putting a hope in that, things will get back to so-called normal. And like we've been saying, man, it's only going to get worse. All right, it's only going to get worse before it gets worse. Before eventually it gets better, and ultimately, that's going to be the kingdom, because the scriptures also talk about that day of doom has to come before, in order for us to get the kingdom. This day of doom, this time of all hell break loose, the time of Jacob's trouble, it has to happen. It has to come. It has to take place. You see. But again, this is why we have to prepare our minds, man, because it's not going to be easy, man. It's not going to be easy. It's just going to be a matter of the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai being on us to be able to deal with whatever it is. Like as the scripture say, prepare thyself for thy battle. All right, whatever we have to deal with individually, personally. All right, it's going to be a matter of the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai being in us, on us, to be able to withstand. All right, because Yahweh Shema Shai is about to completely sweep the rug from up under these people's feet, man. We can't stress enough how it's going to get crazy at him. It's just going to get bad. It's going to get real bad. So again, going into all these dry tests, or these test runs that have been going on. Like I said, I've been noticing just yesterday with the YouTube wasn't acting right. And come to find out, there was a lot of things that a lot of apps, a lot of websites were down. They weren't working properly. All right, because hey, we know and understand that we're coming into the time of the famine of the word, right? We know that we are coming into a time where this internet is going to be done away with, man. This internet, man, is going to be done away with. Yahweh Shema Shah, he's going to unplug the light switch from Babylon, man. It's going to be 0 dark 30 here in a minute, and you got all these guys talking about being preppers, man. Well, hey, we are spiritual preppers. We are spiritually prepping. Again, that's why we got to be mentally, spiritually, we got to be on point. All right, I want to get this in Second Esdras. Where's it at? Second Esdras. chapter 16. Second Ezra chapter 16, verse 19, it says, behold, famine and plague. And that's another thing, because they've been again, putting that narrative out there, setting the stage up for, with dealing with these plagues, these new viruses and things of that nature. Supposedly there's some new things, which this guy from that WHO, he was talking about, this new thing, this new virus, this new boogeyman that's killing off all these animals, these mammoths, and something that they got to, they want to keep an eye on, right? Because, supposedly this thing, it can transfer from animals to humans. So that's another point that they brought up, you see, man, because it's nothing for Esau Edom to, put something out there. You have the Center for Disease Control, right? Which the name in itself should tell you something. It says a lot just in the name itself. The Center of Disease Control. So you see, they've got all type of stuff, that we don't know about. Like I said, it's nothing for them to put something out there. Because that's one of the things that's going to be jacking people up out here. All right. Going into plagues and diseases, things that we've never even heard of. Yahweh Shema Shai, he has things that we don't even, man, that we've never even heard of, man. And it's crazy because one of these plagues that, supposedly they got, or it's a new plague that's supposed to be, on the rise, or whatever the case may be, of a new concern. You see, because it's no coincidence. Again, everything that Esau, for the most part, he tells you before he puts it out there, before he pushes it out there, and a lot of that comes in the form of these different television shows, movies, and things of that nature. Because for those that know about the TV series, which which is based off the game, the Last of Us, a lot of people, they're watching the TV series, but they haven't seen the video game or played the video game. I encourage you to play the video game, as well as watching the TV series, which again is no coincidence because supposedly this took place in, not so coincidentally, 2023. All right, and when you watch the first episode of the first episode, within the first few minutes of the first episode, basically, he's telling you what the deal is, man. He's all out telling you, he's putting himself out there. Which, like I said, going back to the CDC, right, the Center for Disease Control, they've got shit in the store. It's just a matter of time before Yahweh Shema Shai gives them the green light to, do what they got to do. But and I just mentioned all that because, again, going into these plagues, there's supposed to be another one of these plagues, diseases, viruses, or whatever they're calling it. All right, that mimics the virus. Going back to the TV series, or the series of The Last of Us. All right, it mimics it. It mimics the TV series a lot. This virus, and going back to the TV show, in the video game. Well, in real life, there's this virus supposedly that, again, it mimics this a lot, man. So there's a lot of shit in store, man, and there's a lot of things going on. The scriptures say, man, goes into how Esau, around the clock, man, this devil, he's plot wickedness. He's just thinking about wickedness, man. He can't go to bed without devising some wicked scheme. He wakes up, devising wicked schemes. So there's a lot being brewed up, man. There's a lot being brewed up, and you've had a lot of these economists and experts and whatnot last year, 2022, basically predict and come out and say, hey, 2023, man, it's going to be a year of chaos. It's going to be a year of just, it's going to be crazy. And again, Lord willing, because we're ready to see this place go up in flames, man. We're ready to see this place go down, But again, in 2 Ezra 16 and 19, it says, behold, famine. And again, because, you got all these egg farms, major food processing plants, farming industries being destroyed, which again, all this is setting the stage for famines to take place. All right. It says in plague, tribulation, and anguish. Because you see, man, again, the fact that, like I said, with these different apps, websites going down, and supposedly it's been coming out that, these white supremacist groups, supposedly they're, people are getting caught because, supposedly you got these white supremacists they've been plotting and planning these attacks on the power grid. When I was watching a few videos, going into why would white supremacists want to attack the power grid, and it's been coming out that pretty much because Esau, which we know for the most part, it's all orchestrated, but they were talking about how these white supremacist groups or whatever, because again, Esau, he knows his kingdom is going down. Esau knows he's losing. He sees his kingdom falling, so he's trying to create this revolution. Because you see, that's another thing with these Edomites, and I'm talking about the average Edomite out here, the average Joe Buck out here, 6-pack hot dog eating, God bless America Edomites out here, right? Again, they see their kingdom losing. They see their kingdom falling. All right. And the thing about these Edomites, man, they're again, it's all a matter of Yahweh Shema Shai, giving these devils the green light, putting the spirit on these devils to make their moves. Because these devils, they've been plotting, man. They've been out there in the woods training, stacking up on ammo, like I mentioned with the preppers, because for the most part, and it's really our people, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, that don't have any type of sense to know and to see that shit is about to hit the fan. All right, it's our people that have no idea that this thing is getting ready to spill over, because the pot is boiling. All right, the pot has been boiling. It's just a matter of it spilling over. And again, these Edomites, they can see their kingdom going down. And they anyone for the most part that has common sense, was, like I said, it's really our people that don't have any type of sense. But these people out here outside of Israel, they can see that this shit it's about to go down, man. This shit is about to spill over. So going back to these Edomites, man, they've been plotting, they've been planning, prepping, right? And again, going back to these white supremacists, they're, again, it's being said, because they're trying to create this revolt, man. They're trying to, because hey, Esau, their true nature is about to come out. Their true nature is about to be, it's about to come out, man. The devil is about to show his horns, and hey, his trigger finger has been getting real itchy. So and you see again, hey, when the lights go out, hey, you Israelites, man, are gonna get mowed down, man. You Israelites are gonna get mowed down. Because there is a great revolution coming to America, to Babylon. All right, great civil unrest is getting ready to unravel here in Babylon. There's another thing, I was watching you got a lot of counties, and Lord willing, I plan on doing a separate video on this, but you got certain counties in certain states, man. Looking they're looking to succeed from the state, the state. I'm talking about certain counties within certain states. I mentioned this not too long ago. Going into California, you got counties, certain counties in California. For a while, they've been trying to succeed from the state and just be their own thing, be their own entity. You see. So divisions, like I said, civil unrest is the pot is brewing, man, and this thing is getting ready to spill over. So I'm gonna read this again in 2 Ezra 16 and 19. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for an amendment. Because you see, that's the thing. Again, going back to the whole fact that with these the attack on the power grid structure, right? And again, all these test runs that have been taking place over the months, YouTube going down, and Instagram, all these things, Twitter, Facebook, all these apps going down, right? You see, because here it is, Yahweh Shemal Shai, he's sending the warning, he's sending the warning. He's letting us know that it's about that time, and only those that have eyes to see are going to receive, man. For Jake to think that this thing is gonna, we're just gonna be out. Jake thinks that we're just gonna be preaching on the highways and byways and doing these videos until the kingdom coming. That's not the case, man. That's far from the case. All right. Yahweh Shemal Shai is getting ready to close this ministry. He's getting ready to shut the ministry up, man. Shut the prophets up. And again, he's sending the warnings, man. He's sending those scourges. He's sending the warning shots, man, the jab shots. Get right now, because it's about that time. Right? It says, but for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. So you see, because Jig is so caught up in that normalcy by his spirit, or this is just a phase. Eventually we're gonna get back to quote unquote normal. We got nothing to worry about. We've got nothing to worry about. That's what Jake thinks, man. We've got nothing to worry about. Be optimistic and all these other things which they hope for, man, is going to be to their shame. It's going to be to their shame, because it's not going to get any better out here, man. It's not going to get any better. Like we've been saying, and like we're going to continue to say until the Lord says that's enough, right? Let me get this. Because America is about to fall, man. America is about to collapse. Yahweh Shemal Shai, he's getting ready to humble this place, man. Because that's the problem with these Americans, man. These Babylonians, they're too proud. Again, it's not for the most part Jake that doesn't think that America's going to fall. But all these Babylonians, man, all these Babylonians, they don't see this place going down. They see this kingdom being here forever. So that's why when Yahweh Shemal Shai, once again, when he sweeps the rug from up under this place, man, it's going to be sweet to see. It's going to be, man, it's going to be a beautiful thing to see, man. We can't wait. We can't wait, man. I'm gonna get this in Isaiah chapter 30, verse Isaiah 30. Isaiah 30, starting at 11. Get you out of the way. Turn aside out of the path. Cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. Because again, Jake, they don't want to be told to repent. They don't want to be told that, America's getting ready to collapse, man. All right, America's getting ready to fall. They don't want to be told. They don't want to be told it's going to be a Jacob's trouble. They don't want to be told these things. You know, it says, "Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word and trust in oppression and perverseness, and stayed thereon." So you see, because again, our people, they trust in this system. You know, they trust in the little goodies and the benefits that they're getting from their daddy, their God, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. That's what they trust in. So since they trust in, like the scripture said, not to trust in uncertain riches and, you know, things like that, man. It'd be because they trust in the oppression, perverseness, and things of that nature. Because they trust in this system, right? It says, "Therefore, this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a highway, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant." So you see, man. All right, you're trusting the system. Hey, you know, it's like a breach ready to fall. You know, it's like you're standing on a post. You know, and you put all your weight on the post, right? You know, all your support on the post, right? You leaning on this post. Well, if the post falls, then you're gonna fall with it. And that's how it is with our people that put their trust in this system. When this system collapses, man, when America falls, you're gonna fall with it. And it said, in an instant, right? It says, "Whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant." So you see, it's gonna come out of nowhere. You know, it's gonna come out of nowhere. Like I mentioned before, with I've said this, you know, ever since the so-called New Year started, man, going into that feeling of anticipation, right? We have a like a burning sensation that, hey, something's getting ready to happen. Something's about to happen. I know, brothers, we feel it, man. This thing is getting ready to go down, man. Something is getting ready to say, hey, it's getting ready to go down out here, and brothers feel it. You know, we've got that sense of that feeling of anticipation, man. It's about to go down out here, man. It's about to go down. We feel it, man. I can't stress it enough. We feel it. We feel it. You know, and it's like any moment this thing can blow over. At any moment, as I'm doing this live, man, it can happen. The lights can go out. Anything, you know. You see, with those balloons, or you know, whatever they're calling them, the spy balloons or whatever, they talking about that being, you know, more test runs, you know, because, you know, brought it up before about how those so-called, you know, spy balloons or whatever could be possible, you know, platforms for an EMP strike. You know, you see, because, hey, America, hey, this bitch is vulnerable, man. She's vulnerable. You know, this place is described as a land of the unwalled villages, man. You know, and again, when we talk about these things, the lights going out, martial law. All right, there's a major humanitarian crisis coming to America. When we talk about these things, hey, again, because of the pride of these people, that's never going to happen. That, you know, that's impossible. That's never going to happen. Well, hey, sure enough, when the breaking comes forth, when it comes forth suddenly at an instant, you know, what you know, what are you going to do? What are you going to say, right? I'm gonna get this. In Ezekiel 3:26, because again, when it's all said and done, you know, I'm gonna read it. Ezekiel 3:26, and I will make thy tongue cleave to the roof of thy mouth, that thou shalt be dumb, and shall not be to them a reprover, for they are a rebellious house. So you see, it said we shall not be a reprover unto them. Because again, this is the time now to get it while you can. This is the time now to seek Yahweh Shema Shah while he's making himself available. All right. You know, this is the time now to get your house in order. Prepare yourselves, you know. Prepare yourselves, man. Because when that time comes, again, we're not going to be a reprover. We're not going to be out there in the forefront like how we are now, right now, man. And this is how about Shimon Shah making himself available. He's making himself accessible to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians. All right. You see, again, as far as teaching and reproving, again, we're not going to be in the forefront as we are now. Because the scriptures say that a man of the Lord in that day is going to be precious. It's going to be like gold, man. Gold is not some commodity that you just come across on a regular basis. That's going to be rare to come across a man of the Lord, man, in that day. Because again, how about Shimon Shah, man? Hey, he's about to shut this ministry up, man. The Lord is working. The Lord's getting ready to do something. But nevertheless, just to speak on one more thing, because I gotta take care of business real quick. Going back to those the Nord Stream pipelines that got sabotaged. I think it was back in September, if I'm not mistaken. Well, it's been coming out that basically America was behind it. You see, it's came out that America was behind it. So that's pretty much a declaration of war, man. You see, Russia has a right to respond. Just going back to with these spy balloons, with these spy balloons, China, the so-called Chinese, Moab is basically saying that they have right to respond because America shot those balloons down. They got shot down. So you got Moab, you got the so-called Chinese, basically saying that they have the right to respond. They're basically declaring that an act of war. But you also got Russia. Again, it came out that the sabotage of the Nord Stream pipelines was in fact, caused by America did it. So that was pretty much a declaration of war, man. And again, both countries, both nations are basically saying they have the right to respond, man. So we're going to see how this plays out. All right. We're going to see how this plays out, man. Obviously we got to sit back and see. But hey, again, 2023, the hopeful year, all these prophecies coming to pass, man. We're not even halfway through February, and again, it's just a lot going on. So much to keep up with, man. There's a lot going on. So hey, sit back, man. Get your popcorn, and let's enjoy the ride, man, and let's see how this plays out. Because hey, shit is happening. It's going down. It's definitely going down, man. But hey, be prepared, man. I'm gonna read that one more time. Back in 1 Peter 1:13. Wherefore, gird up the loins of your mind. Be sober. All right. Stay focused, brothers and sisters. When it talks about being sober, stop talking about abstaining from, the wine, but stay clear-headed, man. Stay focused. Stay on point. Like I said, keep your head on the spiritual swivel, man, because shit is brewing, and we know at any moment this thing can pop off. At any moment, this thing can spill over. It will spill over. It says, and hope to the end for the grace that is to be brought unto you at the revelation of Yahweh Shah Mashiach. And you see, because hey, it said in hope to the end for the grace. You see, hope. Because like I mentioned earlier, what these people are putting their hope in, their trust in this system. Well, when it all comes crashing down, and you're gonna fall with it, your hope is gonna be to your shame. All right, because again, man, when it comes down to it, our best bet is gonna be Yahweh Shemel Shai, His Spirit being with us. The Lord willing, the Lord's mercies be bestowed upon us, because without it, we're not going to make it. We're not going to make it, because it's about to get crazy. It's about to get crazy. Things are more and more is going to get uncomfortable. More and more things are going to get difficult. It's going to get tight. But hey, our hope is in Yahweh Shema Shai, right? So with that being said, hey, Lord willing, the Lord is with us. Well, we've got nothing to worry about. That's why I said, hey, I can confidently say, hey, like I said, get your popcorn, man, and sit back and enjoy the show, because it's getting ready to spill over, But that wasn't on that, Lord willing, this was edifying, giving all praise to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Barakatham to you, hopefully elect. Until next time, Lord willing, Shalom.